Life, death, suicide, revenge, Holocaust. Yes, we are analyzing the poem Lady Lazarus by Sylvia Plath. I'm Amia and I welcome you all to Books, Coffee and Cats. Today in Books, Coffee and Cats, we are analyzing one of the most provocative, controversial and darkest poems that comes under the confessional mode of poetry. A prominent figure among the confessional poets, Plath is well known for her works Ariel, Daddy and The Bell Jar, which she wrote under the pseudonym Victoria Lucas. Plath started writing at a very young age, probably around the age of 8. Her works are deeply intertwined with her struggles with mental illness, particularly depression, and she explored it very deeply in her works. Her works are admired for their emotional depth and her honest exploration of mental illness. If we examine her poems, take for example the poem Daddy. Daddy, we can say, is a prime example of confessional poetry that contains vivid and disturbing imageries about death and suicide. In Daddy she says, "At 20 I tried to die to get back to you. I thought even the bonds would do. But you pulled me after the sack and stuck me together with glue." Similar idea is explored in the poem Lady Lazarus also. Here goes the opening lines of Lady Lazarus. "I have done it again. Once in every 10 I manage it. I have done something again. I have done it again." So the speaker says that she has done some sort of something again, and the word again signifies that she has done that same thing before also. Once in every 10 I manage it. Once in every 10 I manage it. So she declares that she has done something again, and she makes it much more clear that she does the same thing once in every 10 years. So which means that this is a routine activity for her. The opening lines are very much intriguing, where she speaks about an activity that she does once in every 10 years. A sort of walking miracle. My skin, a nazi lampshade, my right foot a paperweight, my face a featureless fine jewel linen. So after committing such an act, she becomes a sort of miracle to the spectators or other people. And in the 3 lines that follow, the readers are presented with a series of Holocaust imageries. A paperweight, Nazi lampshade, jewel linen, etc. A little bit of history here. So after the massacre in the Nazi concentration camps, lampshades were made out of the skin of the Jewish people, and paperweights were made out of the skull and limbs of the Jewish people. The splitting of a complete human body into paperweights, lampshades and linen shows that she has completely robbed of her identity, or she has become fragments after committing such an act. My face a featureless fine jewel linen. This is a very important line that hints about the act that she mentions in the first stanza. It is here that she takes the biblical story of Lazarus mentioned in the New Testament. So when Jesus Christ asked Lazarus to come out of the grave, he emerges from the grave wearing the burial clothes or the grave clothes. So this is referred to as jewel linen here. My face a featureless fine jewel linen. Also, the indirect reference to Lazarus and his resurrection clarifies the act that she mentioned in the first stanza. I have done it again. So here we get the picture of a person, here the speaker, emerging or resurrecting after committing an act. And this makes it evident that the act that the speaker committed is attempt to die or suicide. Peel of the napkin, O my enemy, do I terrify. Peel of the napkin is a reference to the story of Lazarus, again mentioned in the New Testament. So this is a reference to the biblical story where Jesus Christ asked the people gathered around the tomb of Lazarus to remove the grave clothes from the face and body of Lazarus. Do I terrify? So, is my appearance terrifying to you? She asked the audience, or she asked the readers. Do I terrify? Obviously, after trying to commit suicide, we must understand that she was on the verge of death, and because of this, she might have undergone some kind of disfigurement. And it should be noted that even though the disfigurement that is mentioned here is about the physical disfigurement only, it should be noted that she might have undergone some kind of mental disfigurement as well, because trying to suicide is not it's not a fun or a happy act at all. The speaker further describes the terrifying changes that happened to her body right after she came back from the dead. The nose, the eye pain, the full set of teeth, the sour breath. See how we get the picture of a skeleton here and not a complete human body, just like she mentioned her body as lampshades, paperweights and linen. So the similar idea is seen here also. And the word sour, it should be noted that it is always associated with fermentation and disintegration. So this near-death experience has made her breath sour. And she assures that these changes, especially her sour breath, it will go away within a day. The theme of revival and a very important information regarding the age of the speaker is clear in the following lines. The sour breath will vanish in a day or two, and I, a smiling woman, I'm only 30. In the lines that follow, we get clarity regarding the act that she mentioned in the first stanza. The speaker continues, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. She takes the idea of cats having 9 lives, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. And this idea of cats having 9 lives reflects on the survival skills of cats, their ability to survive falls and other near-death accidents. And this mythical reference to cats and the 9 lives of cats shows that the speaker might try to take her life again in the future. And she will revive easily because, like the cats, she also has so many lives. And thus, this reference to cats hints to one of the major running themes of the poem: revival or resurrection or rebirth. What a trash to annihilate each decade. So she confesses here that she tried to die every 10 years, then again come back. What a trash I have to annihilate, I have to destroy every 10 years. So every 10 years she destroys something and then she undergoes some kind of revival. And she feels that it has become a mandatory thing to destroy it might be bad experiences, it might be her trauma, it might be all the bitter experiences that she had in the course of 10 years. And by the end of 10 years, she destroys or she annihilates the trash and then she revives. And by annihilating the trash, she experiences a strange sort of regeneration. What a trash to annihilate each decade, and no matter how many times she died, she always comes back resurrected. So this line, what a trash to annihilate each decade, is very, very important because this also hints to the theme of the poem, that is revival or resurrection. It should be noted that the poem is not exactly about death as people believe. It is more about revival and resurrection.